happening, guys? We are back for another Quick Tip Tuesday here on the channel. Today we're talking adjustment clips. Now, if you've been around Resolve for a little while, you probably already know what an adjustment clip is, but there's a lot of people who are brand new that might not have heard of it before or don't know what it is, don't know how to find it, don't know how to use it. So today I wanted to just introduce them to you if you don't know what they are. I wanted to show you where to find them, how to use them, and give you an idea of what they can do, and also show you how to save them so that you can use them in any project that you want. So with that in mind, let's head on over into Resolve and check it out. All right, so here we are in Resolve. Now let's talk adjustment clips. So an adjustment clip is basically a clip that's going to sit on top of any one of your clips in your timeline, and you can make changes to the adjustment clip and it will affect any clip that's below that. Might sound a little confusing, right? So let's just get into an example here because that's, I think, the easiest way to learn it, right? So come on up to your effects library, open that up, and you want to make sure you're under effects right here. And on the top, you've got an adjustment clip. So go ahead, click on that, drag it down into your timeline. So I'm just going to close my effects library for now. We'll zoom in a little here. Our adjustment clip here allows us to make changes on this clip and it will affect the clip below it. It's kind of like a layer if you're familiar with something like Photoshop, right? So if you come on top of here, you can change all kinds of things in this adjustment clip. You can change anything that comes up in your inspector. You can keyframe things. You can change color grades. You can drop effects on there. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. I'm not going to get too deep into it, just wanted to give you like a little overview of how this thing works here. So let's say, for example, I've got this clip here of a little girl in a little hammock swing thing, and let's say I want to zoom in, right? But I don't want to, go through the trouble of keyframing everything on my little clip down here. So what I want to do is actually click on my adjustment clip. I'm going to come up to my inspector, and I'm just going to zoom in. That looks pretty good like that. Now, if I come back here and I put my playhead before the adjustment clip and I play it, you're going to notice as soon as it gets to the adjustment clip, it jumps right in. And then when it gets to the end of the adjustment clip, it's going to go right back to the original zoom. So that's pretty cool because now, let's say, I didn't want this part zoomed in. I wanted this part zoomed in. Well, I can just move my zoom there. I don't have to change keyframes and, bother with anything like that. You can just drag your adjustment clip, put it wherever you want. Let's say I wanted to fade in that a little bit. Well, I can just drag this handle on my adjustment clip there. And if I play through, we're gonna watch it. You can see it kind of fades into that zoom. So that could come in handy, fading from one thing to another, using your adjustment clip. Then you don't have to do keyframes and stuff like that. Now, this might not always work, but it's an option, so keep it in mind. Jump back in here. So you can fade it in, fade it out, and you can even add the keyframes into the adjustment clip if you want to. It's all an option. And as always, like any other clip, you can drag your adjustment layer, you can stretch it out as long as you want, and maybe you want the whole clip to be big. You can do whatever you want. You've got lots of options on things you can do with the adjustment clip here. So now let's say, come to our next clip here. Let's say I wanted to change the color grade of this. Now, I don't want to go through and, change the whole clip. I just want it to change for a second and go back. So let's go ahead and come to our effects library. I'm going to drag another adjustment clip down on top of my clip that I want to affect. I'm just going to keep it short for now, so it's an easy example to see. So now I know that I'm going to want this color grade change to fade in over time. So let's drag this to 1 second. I'm going to select my adjustment clip, jump into the color page, and now we're just going to change, say, the colors just a little bit here. I'm going to, let's push these guys this way a little bit. Make it a little darker there. And let's take it maybe, the gain here. We're going to bring it like this a little bit. All right, cool. Let's say I like that. It looks good. I'm going to jump back into the edit tab. Now, if I start playing my clip, we should see that color grade fade and change once the playhead gets on top of the adjustment clip. So I'll go ahead and play through that. And there it fades in. We can see it changes, right? Can even make it longer, make the fade in a little more gradual, a little bit slower. And then let's say I wanted it to fade back out. Maybe I'm highlighting this for some reason in my video, and then boom, you can just fade it right back out. So it works with color grade. You can make any kind of color grade change in there that you want over in the color page. It's a pretty sweet deal. And just as a final example here, let's say I've got, these treetops, it's say summer, and I wanted to make it look like it fades into winter. So I can drag my adjustment clip, drop it on top here. I know I'm going to want it to fade in, so I'll do that. Put my playhead on top, hit the adjustment layer, and I'm going to jump into the color tab. So I want this to be cold. I'm going to just, make my shadows more blue, midtones a little more blue. Just make it all a little bit more blue. You could even come in here and drop down the temperature a little bit. Change it however you want. So now let's jump back into the edit tab. So if I play through my clip, We got nice green trees and, oh, it's fading into winter, you know, maybe throw some snow in there too, right? And then boom, at the end of the adjustment clip, goes right back to our original clip below that. So there is a ton you can do with adjustment clips. This is just like scratching the surface just to like put it in front of you and let you see what it is. Now, let's talk about how to save those. Let's say I wanted to take one of these color grades here that I did or whatever and save it for another video because maybe it's something I would use in the future, right? Let's check it out. So looking at the clip here, let's take a look at this adjustment clip. Now, I want to save this because I know I'm going to use it later. First thing I would do is select my clip, open my inspector here, and you want to come to File, and you've got the option to name this whatever you want. So I'm going to say Fade to Winter, and then I'm going to hit Enter. And you notice it just renamed the clip for me, which is pretty sweet. So now I want to save this into a power bin so I can use it in any project later on. In order to do that, I want to come up over, I'm going to close my effects library, going to open up my media pool. Make sure you've got your power bins open here. And you see, I've got a whole bunch of folders. I've got one called Video Media, and that's where I'm going to put this one. So it's as easy as literally just clicking it, dragging it, and dropping it into your power bin. Now I've got Fade to Winter. So anytime I want to use this adjustment clip, all I have to do is click it, drag it, drop it down into my timeline. And now if I play through this one, watch this, there we go. Well, it's a little hard to tell because it's so blue, but you can see it gets more blue, right? It's the effect that we put on there. And then boom, back to the original clip. So that is adjustment clips. We're just scratching the surface here. So if you're new to Resolve, I just wanted to put it out there and put it in front of you. So it's a tool that you know about and that maybe you can make use of in the future. Because for me, I love adjustment layers, use them all the time. So if you got a little value out of this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel. If you like Quick Tip Tuesday and you want to see more videos like it, hit the bell, because if you don't, you're never going to know when I upload a new video. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace!